here is our grid with Matthew Bolsover, your pole position man from Adam Hartgrove, Ben Bailey in third place, Aaron Walker, Alan Carter, John Robinson on the second row, Tom Orland, Jordan Smith and Lee Jackson through to ninth position. Nathan Drury, Mark Evans, William Lawrence. 13th on the grid, Oliver Johnson from Michael Ford and Ben Clucas. Brendan Allen, Ryan Clark and Barry Prue, one of the riders we spoke to earlier, in 18th position. And the flag is about to drop for Pit Bike Stock 160. Away they go into the first corner, as they go charging through. Very, very close start to this race, and looks like down the inside, number 28, your early race leaders, they make their way back towards us. Ben Bailey with a great start. Now, has he held on? Yes, he has. Ben Bailey, your race leader. Looks like Bolsover in second. Adam Hartgrove also getting away well. One or two of the back markers jostling for position, ending up on the grass there, but Ben Bailey with a fantastic start. Holds on, but Bolsover trying to fight back. It looks like that could be Hartgrove in third position.
That's a brand new bike, number 28. That's an absolutely brand spanking new bike for this weekend. MP Racing has brought our bike out very recently, and so it's good to see Ben out. Obviously, he hasn't had any testing time whatsoever, so to be up at the front end already, which is fantastic. And with a lap time of start of 51 seconds, that's absolutely flying.
And Bailey, who's not always had the starts this year, great to see him getting away incredibly well as Bolsover goes down the inside.
That's brave going into there. That is so brave. You are so fast going into that bus stop, and to get that stopped and turned.
We've had a red flag. So red flag. So unfortunately, another stoppage, and it was a fine race starting to brew up there somewhat, but the race has been stopped. We're just going to establish the reason why. May have lost a rider possibly. So the race has been stopped. The rider's returning back to the waiting zone. This on the second lap of the race, with Ben Bailey, your early race leader from Matthew Bolsover, who had a great move down the inside to snatch the lead. We're waiting up here in the studio just to see what's happening now. The rider's going back to the waiting zone, where one would assume they will reform on the grid and go for a rerun very shortly. We go to a break now, and we're back very shortly for the restart of Pit Bike 160 Group A here with the British Mini Bikes. Welcome back to the British Mini Bikes here at Fulbeck, where we've had a stoppage due to a rather untoward reason, you might say. There was a rogue bike on the track at the start that had problems at the start. It's actually cut the timing cord, so unable to continue the racing without the electronic timing, of course. So the track crew very hurriedly working down here at the finish line just to make sure that we got the connection with the timing loop. It's very similar style, of course, to the likes of Motorsport Formula 1, where the riders have the timing loop they cross each time, and the live timing always accurate to 1,000th of a second. And races like Mini GP that we just had, where the riders only covered by a second at the finish, it's a very important aid.
And you can see all the team is chipping in there, and just off camera you can see Richard Ricey showing off his magic. Yeah, just off camera though. That's Steve Cardigan shot now. He's the guy who runs Superlight. So the guy Matt Bolso, which I had a quick chat with on the grid. I apologise. We found out I'll press the wrong button on the microphone. My apologies. But yeah, Steve Cardigan. He runs Matt Bolso run that Bucci. They put a huge amount of development time into that bike. I mean, it handles, it goes, it rides bumps really, really well. So it's good. It's a good bike.
Actually, I got somebody watching from all the way from Mexico. Ava Carter just said watching from her sunbed in Mexico.
Yeah, Ava's on holiday. Ava's one of our usual regular races. They come down with Alan and Gary and everyone, racing with the entire family. So I hope you're having a really nice time, Ava, and be careful, don't get too sunburnt.
One of the only places that's hotter than Lincolnshire today, one might suspect, Mexico.
I doubt it. He's absolutely red hot here.
We were saying at the start of the programme, I mean, I've been here, twice now in the winter series, and both those times it was brass monkeys. Really had my woolly hat on and my gloves, and the heater up in the van on the way home. It's totally different today. Yeah.
Well, just we're going to go back onto the Facebook. If you've got any comments, and if you can let us know where you're watching from. So Ava's watching from Mexico at the moment. I know we'll have some guys who are watching from America. So if you can let us know where you're watching from, we'll share the post on the live stream and we'll give you a shout out. If you've got any good wishes for any riders we've got racing with us today, any family, friends, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, cousins, third removed, just give them a shout out and we'll put a post up, because I know that all our riders really appreciate the comments and the feedback.
Well, Nathan might pack in the karting to race bikes, apparently.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah, thanks for coming, Nathan. If you want to come down, we hold track days. You can come down to race weekend and have a look round. But we hold track days at Stretton, which is in Leicester, and obviously here we're in Lincolnshire. So if you want to come down to a track day, I'm down at the vast majority of them. So if you want to ask for me, just ask for Matt Pierce. I'll show you around the paddock, show you around some bikes, and we'll take it from there.
And for the record, Ava says it's 36 over there, which
you win.
I think she wins
Yeah, you win.
comprehensively there.
It's not a 36 here, but the humidity factor is actually quite high. Yeah, you win, Ava. Hope you're having a nice time with a mojito in hand. I've got my Lucas aid.
And Rob's actually watching from Mallory Park. Not a million miles from here, I suppose, but it's an hour down the road.
Yeah, Rob's a good friend of mine. What he doesn't know about these pit bike engines isn't worth knowing. He's a cracking bloke to know. And the bikes are just coming out on track again now.
And apologies to the family of Patrick O'Connor, because he's watching this on his phone or something.
Such a letdown. He came last night. Right. I'll tell the story in a bit or two. In fact, I'll tell you now whilst the bike's going on track. Dane Blackburn had an absolute nightmare yesterday. I won't go into technical details, but his engine was not running properly. I think he was leaking oil into the crankcase seal went. And basically, Paddy, Ben Riley, Tom Orland, Dane Blackburn, Cookie, and the CRFs, they literally had this Honda CRF 150 engine in component parts. And I mean, the gearbox, absolutely everything was stripped. I mean, we posted a picture of it on the Facebook page last night, and they were working on it. So 12 last night, and obviously Dane's out today, so that work's paid off. So yeah, we're missing you, Paddy, mate.
And just a quick one, actually, for you, Matty. We've got a question from Nathan Herbert, Stephen Pickard, watching in sunny Sussex, and Wayne Binks from Scarborough. Nathan Herbert here asking, how much-ish does it cost to start?
How much-ish does it cost to start? Well, you can get a bike, brand spanking new for 1,300 quid. And that is a bike which would be good enough to go on to put you on pole and win races, absolutely no problem whatsoever. You know, fully adjustable suspension and shocks. To come racing is £85 a weekend. Well, ready to go.
We have had drama on the sighting lap, though, because Adam Hartgrove is stationary on the side of the track, can't get the bike going, and we should see him on the left of the track here walking away.
Ben's leaning on Alan there.
Great start there for down the inside. That looks like Bailey's got the lead.
That's good. He was sat in fourth, and he just laced on the brakes going sat tight right hander. I mean, Alan was just on his inside and kind of gave up a bit of space and capitalised on that.
But drama at the start, though, because one of our front runners, Adam Hartgrove's bike breaking down on the sighting lap. He is walking away, so that's one of our major players in this race out of contention. As Ben Bailey making his way back towards the finish line with Matthew Bolsover right on his tail in second place. Bolsover.
Ben's really pushing there. You see him shaking his head, right, pushing on.
Let's see what Bolsover can do down the straight. Can he live with Ben Bailey, who breaks away? And that looks like Alan Carter having a run in third place. Into that first corner they go. Oh, and that is incredibly close. It's down the inside. I think that might have been Nathan Drury in fourth place.
That is Nathan, yeah. Nathan in fourth place. It's good to see him out on a pit bike. He's usually a GP style rider, but I think he's taken a shine to the pit bikes and he's out on a Bucci.
So Ben Bailey with that great start, picking up where he left off before this race was halted. Bolsover looks very quick on these final few corners, really does close up on Bailey as they make their way through the more technical parts of the track, but Bailey looking to get the drive out of the final corner.
Down inside. That was an absolutely awesome move by Matt there. I know how difficult that is. You're right on the edge of the tyre, but Ben's got the legs in down the straight.
So Bailey round the outside into the first corner. Oh, and sweeps round the outside. Oh, but he's caught the front wheel of Matthew Bolsover, and that went very wrong for Ben Bailey.
And that's Alan through.
So up to second place goes Alan Carter. Ben Bailey with the move on the outside. Bolsover holds his ground, which pushes Ben Bailey off to the racing line on that first corner, and right through to second is Alan Carter, and Carter trying to close up on Bolsover, but Matthew Bolsover, your race leader, who's looking very quick in these final few corners, took the lead here last time round. Ben Bailey now back on the case, you might say, in third place. And Bolsover looks over his shoulder as Ben Bailey has a run down the inside than Alan Carter and rides right round the outside of him.
Looking a bit further down the field, we've got Mark Evans in sixth place, down to Jordan Smith in ninth. They are split by less than a second. And I can see him going around the top right-hander. Jordan's gone past. Oh, Mark's got a problem. He's got his hand in the air. That's let Tom just get away. He's going through the bus stop at the moment.
So Bolsover, your race leader, starting to break away. The battle still raging for second place between number 28, Ben Bailey. And here we see Bailey with Carter right on his tail. The top three starting to break away. Nathan Drury, Michael Ford, Mark Evans, Tom Orland, Williams, Lawrence Wardle, Jordan Smith, Ben Clucas rounding out the top 10. And at the moment, that top three really breaking away. We've got Nathan Drury, Michael Ford, Tom Orland, Jordan Smith, Williams, Lawrence Wardle a bit further behind as they go into the top corner. As Michael Ford has a look.
And again, looking back down the field, I can see that Oliver Johnson, Ryan Clark and Michael Frada are having an absolutely cracking battle at the moment. They're battling for 10th place, but they are absolutely on it. Ben Clucas is just coming into the bus stop at the moment, and number 29, that is Oliver Johnson. He's right on his tail. It shows his battles right through the field in the stop 160s.
Great battle here then for third place with Nathan Drury, Michael Ford, Tom Orland all scrapping away. Jordan Smith just a bit further behind. The leaders making their way down the star straight with Bolsover trying to break away. The battle now well and truly on for fourth place as they make their way past the finish line. Nathan Drury and Michael Ford still fighting away. Tom Orland, Jordan Smith, Williams, Lawrence Wardle in 8th place. And into the top corner they go. Then we see the riders rounding out the top 10. The leader, Matthew Bolsover, making his way through the bus stop chicane and retaining the pace, really. Matthew Bolsover, 47.6 last time round. His best lap of the race is 47.519. So plenty of great battles here as Narelle, who's watching all the way from Australia, supporting Ben Clucas, who's now through to 9th. Looks like he's gone past Oliver Johnson. And some great battles throughout the field in this pit bike stock 160 Group A.
And that's a comment coming through from John McDonald. John's actually coming over from America and racing with us at Wilton Mill. If you're a fan of John on YouTube, make sure you're down at Wilton Mill. You might be able to meet the superstar in person. He's going to be racing for MP Racing on a stock 140 bike. So, yeah, if you're a fan of John and his YouTube channel, come down to Wilton Mill and meet him.
Closing stages now in the pit bike stock 160 Group A, and at the moment Matthew Bolsover has got things under control. All the action though a bit further down the field in the top 10 where everyone is fighting for position. Bolsover meanwhile making his way around the final corner and goes charging down the straight, really starting to pull away from Ben Bailey in second, who has Alan Carter right on his tail in third. Here we see Bolsover going into the top hairpin, looking very neat indeed. He had to work hard at the start of to hold on to his. The battle over fourth place into the top hairpin.
I think Ben Bailey may have a problem with the bike. That bike doesn't seem to be pulling like it has been. I mean, Alan's got at least a couple of stone on Ben, and Alan's keeping up with him down the straight. So I don't know if Ben's got a bit of issue with the engine.
There is one rider out of the race that could have been either Ben Clucas or Brendan Allen, we think, that's in trouble. The rider's okay, but some sort of mechanical problems. But
Alan's not coming on the back. I think Alan Carter may be down.
So Alan Carter, we think, has disappeared. We'll wait and see as they come through. There he is, Alan Carter.
No.
Alan Carter, as Matthew Bolsover takes the checkered flag. Alan Carter drops the bike on the final lap. I think the rider's okay. So Ben Bailey takes that second place. And now through to third. As that's a lap down there. Alan Walker goes through in third place. And that means that Michael Ford will finish in third position. Nathan Drury, Jordan Smith, Tom Orland, Williams, Lawrence Wardle, Oliver Johnson, Michael Ferrada going through to 9th place from Ryan Clark. But terrible luck there for Alan Carter, who dropped the bike on the final lap. So, not sure what happened there, but the race getting underway. A little bit prematurely. Let's see if that carries on as they make their way back down towards us. But we'll call the race as it is. It looks like it's still going. The race did seem to start, flag drop quite early there, but Matthew Bolsover, your early race leader. But Ben Bailey takes the lead. Bolsover now down to second place. Alan Carter is right on his tail in third place. And here they come round to complete the first lap. Ben Bailey is still your race leader. Matthew Bolsover though down the inside and retakes the lead. So Bolsover leads. Bailey around the outside. Alan Carter still there in third place, but the top two riders side by side into the first corner. And Ben Bailey holds on to the lead. Bolsover in second. Alan Carter still in third. Aaron Walker is in fourth position. They go through bus stop. Oh, but Bolsover makes a mistake, outbrakes himself and goes into the tyre barrier, gets back underway, but Bolsover losing an awful lot of places there. And I think re-emerges on the track just behind Mark Evans, Nathan Drury in there as well. But your new race leader then, number 28, Ben Bailey, has a glance over the shoulder and see there's a bit of a gap now with the second place rider, Alan Carter, just a little bit further behind. And let's hope that Alan Carter can keep it on two wheels this time. Not had the best of luck today, but he's running strongly in second place. Aaron Walker there in third. Then we've got number 22, Jordan Smith. Matthew Bolsover, after that small mistake, recovers into fifth position. So a bit of a controversial move there, you might say, from Ben Bailey. And Bolsover ending up in the barriers, but recovers well, and I'm sure we'll be looking to fight back. We've still got 10 laps to go in this race, of course. And Ben Bailey really riding defensive now, coming under a lot of pressure from Alan Carter. Carter now right on the rear wheel. Here they come down the straight, and Alan Carter finding some space down the inside. Oh, they're crowding each other down the straight, and Ben Bailey trying his best to hold on to the lead down into the first corner. And really there, Ben Bailey getting the elbows out and guarding lead, but Alan Carter is not to be intimidated and fights back into the bus stop chicane. Bolsover's through to third. Now let's have a look at this race, because I'm sure that Bolsover will not be too happy with Ben Bailey. They were battling away at the start of the race, and Bolsover ended up in the barriers, recovering now into third place and is closing up on this battle for the lead. Ben Bailey and Alan Carter are trading paint here somewhat, and Bolsover getting involved, and he'll be wants to fight back and get one over possibly on Ben Bailey. Down the straight they go. Ben Bailey charges through. Alan Carter still there in second place. Matthew Bolsover in third. Aaron Walker, Jordan Smith running out the top five as Bolsover has a look down the inside. Bolsover really wants to get back on terms with Ben Bailey, one would think. Here they come down the straight. Bolsover has a look on the outside of Carter, but not able to make the pass stick through there. So this pit bike 160 Group A race is still finally poised. Oh, out of the race there, number 38. That looks like Ryan Clark, a retirement. As Ben Bailey holds on to the lead, Alan Carter still in second. Matthew Bolsover shadowing in third place. They're closing up on one of the back markers. And here they come down the straight. Oh, great ride out to the final corner there from Ben Bailey. Gets the drive down the straight. Carter still in second. Bolsover third. Aaron Walker still shadowing on this battle for fourth place as Bolsover has a little peek down the inside, but can't quite make second place. Here they come. As again, Bolsover down the inside of Carter. Oh, and Carter has to miss the chicane. Regains in third place, so Bolsover diving down the inside there. Bolsover into third, and this race, Matt, finally poised, and there's a bit of history at the place. They were trading paint here, Bolsover and Bailey.
Yeah, and Matt's got the bit between his teeth. Yeah, I didn't see it. Yeah, I heard that it was a bit of a close move, but back having a look down the inside. They're going to be absolutely neck and neck coming down the straight. Matt's really good on the exit of that corner, but
so Bolsover has a look on the outside into the straight, but looks like Ben Bailey's got the drive into the first corner. Bolsover not close enough to go for the braking, but here looks like he's going to try and get him on the exit.
Ben went really defensive on that one.
So Bolsover into the chicane he goes, has a look down the inside into bus stop, but Bailey shuts the door. Bolsover is not fighting back. He's got the bit between his teeth here. Alan Carter still involved in this one in third place.
On the first race, Matt managed to get past a bit going into that chicane on the back of the circuit.
So here they come back towards us, and Matt Bolsover all over the rear wheel of Ben Bailey, who has led pretty much the entire race. Bolsover's a look down the inside. Oh, and Matthew Bolsover means business here. He was a little bit of a controversial move, you might say, on with Ben Bailey at the start of the race, but Bolsover.
And you watch them both trying to get as small as possible on his bike, trying to get as much aerodynamics as possible.
And here we see Bolsover again taking a wide entry, trying to get Bailey on the exit, and this time looks like he might have made the pass stick. It's a drag race down into bus stop. Oh, but Bailey goes down the inside, snatches the lead back from Matthew Bolsover. This is all good news, of course, to Alan Carter in third place, who's still watching in third place. Any kind of a mistake, and he'll be looking to get involved in this battle. Just to run through the rest of the top 10, Mark Evans, Jordan Smith, Nathan Jury, Lee Jackson, Ricky Tarrant, Michael Ferrada, and Ben Klukas rounding out the top 10. Here they come, back down the straight, and this time Bolsover gets a good run out to the final corner. Jinking this way and that to try and get through past Ben Bailey. Down the straight they go. And Bolsover trying to outbrake into the first corner. Oh, but Ben Bailey shuts the door. This is where Bolsover's quick, though, out to the corner. Gets alongside Ben Bailey, but Laley's got the line into bus stop. Oh, as again, Bolsover has a look, but Ben Bailey had that line and holds on to the lead. Alan Carter less than a second behind in third position. Bolsover has another look down the inside of Bailey. Oh, but Ben Bailey shuts the door. And Bailey, I think he's messing a bit with Bolsover, so you have to try harder.
Real pressure. I don't think he's messing with him. He's just trying to keep an eye out where he is. I think Ben knows he hasn't got the legs on. Ben definitely got the legs on Matt going down the straight because he's a lighter rider. But I think Matt's definitely quicker through the twisty sections.
So Bailey holds on once again as Bolsover goes down the inside, but Ben Bailey shuts the door. Runs wide on the exit.
Got drive. Ben's run wide.
So Bailey runs wide on the exit in this part of the track where Bolsover's very quick and guards the inside into the bus stop chicane because he knows that Bailey's coming. So this time it looks like Matthew Bolsover gets the lead and this time makes it stick. Ben Bailey drops to second place. Closing stages of the race now. It'll be 2 laps next time round. We've got Wade Yellows down by the finish with one rider in a bit of trouble
Matt's
in the
had a good look
midfield.
over his shoulder there. Matt's had a good look over his shoulder, checking where Ben is. He is definitely quicker around these twisty bits.
Michael Ferrada drops out to the top 10. That brings Oliver Johnson into that top 10 from Alex Thurston. Back at the front though. Bolsover leads the way. There's something flapping from the rear of that machine. If that's his leathers or...
Yeah, it's just his leathers.
So it shouldn't make too much difference. Ben Bailey in second place. Alan Carter still in third place. Back down to the chicane they go, and Ben Bailey trying to fight back. But this race finally poised with 2 laps to go. Bolsover leads. Bailey in second. They're pulling away slightly from Alan Carter in third place. But a great fight back from Matthew Bolsover. Dropped down to around 5th, 6th position at the start of the race. Really has fought back well.
He's a hugely talented rider. He really is talented.
But Ben Bailey, I'm sure, will not want to give this race up lightly. 1 lap to go this time round. Here they come round the final corner. And Ben Bailey having a really good run out to that final corner, trying to get close enough to go for the outbraking manoeuvre. Here they go.
And catch up with the back mark. They nearly touched wheels and that was so close.
So
but
Bailey.
They've come up to back markers now. I think they're going to come into play.
This could be interesting out to the bus stop as Bailey goes down the inside of Bolsover, but Bolsover sees Ferrada. Oh, but Michael Ferrada, I don't think he realised that Matthew Bolsover was there and almost pushed him onto the grass. And Ben Bailey bulked slightly as well by Ferrada, who's down to 16th place now.
I bet that woke Mike up a little bit.
I don't think he realised that the two of these were that close, were they? And
I think they took him by surprise there.
So Matthew Bolsover taking advantage now to pull away at the finish, and looks like he's going to take the checkered flag. Race win in a dramatic pit bike 160 Group A for Matthew Bolsover. Ben Bailey in second, and a tough race, but those two giving each other the thumbs up. Alan Carter brings it home in third place. Better race for Alan Carter. Lee Jackson in fourth, number 14. Then we have Mark Evans, Nathan Drury going through. And a bit further behind, it's Ricky Town, number 72. Crossing the line, Ben Klukas, there he is, number 84, just behind the number 29 of Oliver Johnson in ninth place. So very entertaining pit bike stock 160 Group A.